Hello and good afternoon. My name is Bob Boulay with OpsMx. Today, in this short demo, we're going to talk a little bit about Kubernetes security. The OpsMx Delivery Shield product implements Kubernetes security using a product called KubeScape under the hood. It's powered by KubeScape, and we ultimately then take that data that we're collecting about the Kubernetes cluster and the way things are running on the Kubernetes cluster. We then take that and we compare it to the CIS benchmarks and other pod security policies that we've put in place to ensure that Kubernetes workloads are being run in a secure manner. Now, as you can see here at the outset, this is basically all of our policies as it relates to pod security and CIS benchmarks. And you can see here as we flip through these are all the things that KubeScape is collecting data on, and then we're using the policy engine to evaluate the return data set to ensure that the workloads are running in compliance with those security benchmarks. And if they're not, we're flagging that for you and ultimately creating an alert that lets you know that there's a problem. There's a lot of these things to check. And so having automation to do this, have it being rechecked on a regular basis so you know when a problem pops up is really super important. And then ultimately you can go through, because we know that this is not a one size fits all, you can come through here for each one of these policies and you can tell us whether you consider it to be critical, high, medium, or low. You can even go down the path of blocking a deployment in the event that we find a violation of this policy prior to an upgrade going out or an update going out. So we're ultimately going to be able to go ahead and do that and use active policy enforcement for that. Now this is the policy set, and then if you look here, you can see as part of our delivery bill of materials, which is produced for every deployment that happens, we are basically running these checks. And so you can see the results here of the CIS benchmark checks. And so ultimately we're going through and making sure that within that Kubernetes cluster that you're running within your VPC, that all of these things all these checks have indeed succeeded. And so that ensures maximum security for your Kubernetes deployment, regardless of if it's in the cloud, if it's on-prem, wherever it happens to be. We're going to be able to run those checks for you and ultimately tell you what's happening, where things need to be paid attention to, or where you might need to patch things. So hopefully that was useful, guys. Again, we're looking at maximum security for your Kubernetes implementation and making sure that the software that you've taken great pains to make sure is secure runs in a secure environment. Appreciate the time, and we'll talk to everyone soon.